It's a Tuesday, generally a quiet day. Not the case at this time of year. NBA Finals, Game 3, change of venue, oddsworthbetting.com, featured pick of the day for you below this video. Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. How's it going, folks? We focus on the NBA and give the Cavs full marks. Both games in Golden State go to overtime. Cleveland does find a way to get it done in Game 2. For LeBron James, an incredible effort. And this guy's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. If he doesn't take the big shot, he gets criticized for taking the big shot. The one thing when they had the 11-point lead with 3 minutes to go, at some point, it does seem you've got to use the entire team, and that never gets to overtime. But a gritty effort nonetheless. How about Dellavedova, boy? I'll tell you, this kid plays hard on defense. Curry had just a horrible shooting night. These things happen, but not on this stage. He's the MVP. And all of a sudden, a glimmer of hope for Cleveland. Now, the number is interesting. Golden State, 1-point favorite in this game on the road. The big news is the total dropping from 201 all the way down to 194.5. And Cleveland's made no bones about it. They've been physical, playing better defense. And the NBA officiating, listen, I love, if you watch Twitter on Sunday night, people are like, oh, this officiating's horrible. It's like, well, gang, where you been the last 20 years? They're the best athletes in the world, so they claim. So why do you give them 4 steps going to the basket? The one play, LeBron took 4 steps before he got tomahawked, and there was no call whatsoever. And then the jump ball was unbelievable. Basically, LeBron, he got an arm and his shoulder, couldn't even jump. Officials got to step up to the plate here and do a better job. But we got some drama. Game 3, change of venue. Cleveland literally will be rocking in this spot. Now, we get Major League Baseball for you on a Tuesday, and there are really some interesting matchups as we focus on Boston and Baltimore. You look at this American League East, both of these teams are 5.5 games out. All of a sudden, someone comes up with a 3-game sweep here. The other team's in dire straits. So these games matter. Long way to go. Interleague play, Washington and New York to take on the Yanks. Scherzer versus Tanaka. Oh, that matchup, by the way, Boston at Baltimore's Rodriguez versus Gonzalez. How about the start to the career for Eduardo Rodriguez for the Red Sox? Miami's north of the border, Heron versus Burley. We got the Cubs at Detroit with Lester going versus Anibal Sanchez. Some of the other marquee games. How about the Giants on the East Coast taking on the Mets? Heston goes versus Syndergaard. And watch him, because he's been really good at home and struggled on the road. So he's back home. See if he gets a bounce-back effort here. Kansas City's at Minnesota. There's a monster series in the American League Central. Chris Young versus Trevor May. Texas making a push towards Houston. They're at Oakland. Martinez gets the nod versus Sonny Gray. And speaking of the Stros, they are at Chicago to take on the White Sox. Keuchel goes versus Rodon. So we've got a lot of action on a Tuesday night. Opportunities on the wagering board this week in golf. We get the St. Jude Classic down in Memphis, and then we're just a week away from the U.S. Open. The Stanley Cup Finals roll along. It's a busy time of year, and football right around the corner. It's a Tuesday, but countless opportunities on the wagering board. Check it out. Oddsworthbetting.com. Featured pick of the day for you is available right below this video.